Welcome everybody. It's the Women in Rural Real Estate Group, and today we wanted to talk to you about, are there too many realtors? Where are my clients going to come from? This is without a doubt one of the first questions we always get asked by people who are thinking about coming into the business. And the answer is kind of always the same. If you're prepared to hustle, the work will be there for you.
Well, and it's a very valid concern, because you're self-employed. Where you don't have a guaranteed paycheck. Yeah. So if you don't have clients, you're not making money. So it is definitely something to think about. Mm-hmm. You have to be prepared to hustle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put in the time.
That's a big part of it. So before you become a realtor, you need to ask yourself the hard question of, am I going to be able to get out of bed every day and show up at the office at 9 o'clock and stay there till 5 o'clock, even though nobody's going to make me? If you don't have that sort of motivation, this might not be the right gig for you.
And to clarify, that office might not be a physical office. Mm-hmm. It might be your kitchen table. Yeah. But are you going to work? Are you self-motivated? Are you a self-starter? Because nobody is going to force you to go to work. Yeah. Not a single person in this industry will ever make you go to work.
Absolutely.
So you have to want it bad enough. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a lot of contacts, it certainly helps if you do. But if you don't, are you confident enough, self-assured enough, open enough to start reaching out to people and making contacts?
Yeah. Confidence sells. And when you're a realtor, your product is kind of yourself. It's okay that you don't know everything, especially when you start. Even now, I mean, we both, I'm sure on a regular basis, say, you know what, I don't know, but I can find that out for you, or I can look it up.
100%.
Yeah, but you have to have the confidence to be able to tell people, I'm a realtor now. And you have to have the confidence to sound like you know what you're talking about when they ask you how the market is. You have to have the confidence to be able to sit in front of a client who's interviewing 3 different realtors and say, well, I'm great and this is why, and have the numbers to support it. And if you're new and you don't have the numbers, then it's, I'm great and this is my team and they're even better and they will support me and answer all of my questions. So there's lots of options there, but you do have to be able to, hold your head high and go out and tell everybody that you can do a great job for them.
Well, absolutely. And if you don't have the experience and you don't have a team, that doesn't mean you're not going to be successful, because there's a lot that a new agent can offer. I mean, number one, time.
Yeah. A new agent's got lots of time.
Time is money, and you can offer that listing more time than other agents might be able to. So you can spend the extra time on marketing or whatever you're going to do, but you have to be able to sell it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in all things. I think also for the newer agents, it's a lot of, well, even for us, it's a lot of who you talk to and how many people you talk to. I know my business coaches have always been like, well, if you want to sell 12 houses, how many listing appointments do you have to go on to get 12 listings? So, if you've got a few years of history, you can do the math backwards. And the goal there was to say, well, every week I want to sit at 3 listing appointments so that I'll get the ones I need to make my income.
And I think setting a series of smaller goals that you can achieve, like my business coach had me calling 20 people a day from my contacts, whoever that may be. It could be anybody you deal with, friends, family, your veterinarian, like literally anybody. Yeah. Pick up the phone, call them, have a chat. It doesn't necessarily need to be centered around real estate, but staying top of mind, and anywhere you can put in the fact that you are a realtor or little tips about the market or what things are doing helps. But set a goal and stick to it and be consistent with it. Don't set the goal for the week and then never ever do it again.
Yeah, that's a big one. So I know, like, my history has taught me to get a client, they have to know you're in real estate, and then they have to trust that you have an idea what you're doing. And then you have to be there for them when they need you. So talking to them in January and maybe again in December doesn't work if they wanted a realtor in August. and you weren't top of mind at the time. So a lot of this is about relationships and keeping in touch with people.
Building those relationships and then nurturing and growing those relationships, because buying or selling a house is a pretty significant decision for everybody. It doesn't even matter how successful they are. A home is a very personal thing, and it's a large scale transaction. Yeah. And so they want to know that you're thinking of them, you're there for them. You're building trust along the way. One thing I always tell the newer agents in our office that enter the industry is sometimes the work you're doing today is not going to lead to a paycheck for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Sometimes, I have buyers that I've been working with for 3 years, and they step back and maybe they come look at a few properties and then they step right back. They're not ready, and we just keep in touch. And you don't have to be calling them every week because that's annoying, but then check in with them every few months.
And one day they're going to surprise you because they're going to call up and be like, we're already here for the weekend and our friend showed us this house. We've already walked through it and we just want to write an offer. Don't you love those people? It happens.
Yes. And sometimes you don't win, but a lot of the times you do. And if you're not consistently making moves within your business and hitting goals and meeting people and reevaluating your targets and your plan, then you're not setting yourself up for success.
Absolutely. And the key word there was consistency. You have to be consistent.
Yeah, so all the time, every day.
Yeah, every day. No matter what the weather's doing or how you feel when you get out of bed that morning.
Some days are harder than others.
Jenny and I are having a hard week. So there's always work for those who want to hustle. And if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to give us a call. We're the Women in Rural Real Estate. We're here to help.
We're always here.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.